Well, hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's video. Am I sure what we're doing exactly? Not particularly. We're just gonna kind of wing it and hope for the best. And today we are going to do a video all about my Kindle. Look at her. Look at her. She's so cute. She's so cute. So, I've been watching a lot of videos lately trying to find some new recommendations for Kindle Unlimited and stuff like that and all these other things, whatever. And I decided that, you know what, I have a lot of opinions and a lot of suggestions and books that I think you guys should read that are on Kindle Unlimited that I could totally just make my own video. So here is my all about my Kindle video. So I made like little short lists of pros and cons, and then I have 15 Kindle Unlimited recommendations, whether they're series or authors or like whatever. We're just gonna go through them. Okay. I think we're gonna start with the cons so we can end on a more high note. I could only think of a couple of cons for this, to buy the physical Kindle. First up, let's talk about that first. Is it worth buying a Kindle? I personally feel that it is, but sometimes isn't. I do find myself very often reading on my Kindle at night. The screen itself is a lot better on your eyes than like staring at your phone or like an iPad to read on. But you are able to get a Kindle app on your phone that basically is the same as the Kindle itself. So you can read all your books on your phone that you can read on the Kindle. I personally prefer reading Kindle books on the Kindle itself because it's just a really fun experience. And for me personally, it's less likely for me to get distracted if I'm reading on this, because on everything else you get notifications and all that stuff, and then especially if I'm reading on my phone, forget about it. I'm going to be distracted every 3 seconds responding to text messages. It's insane. That's the one thing I could think of that personally for me, that using the Kindle I have way less distractions. But I personally think that buying the Kindle is definitely worth it if you're that kind of person. But if you're okay like reading on your phone or on your iPad or whatever, I honestly say just get the app. Just get the Kindle app and get Kindle Unlimited, because it's the same thing, it's just on your phone. Anyways, here's my cons for the Kindle itself, the actual physical Kindle. The Kindle device itself is very limited in like what you can access. It could potentially lead to a lot of limitations if like you like to buy ebooks from other places that don't then like go to Kindle. Like you could buy different kinds of ebooks. Like there's a gajillion different kinds of e-readers, and so sometimes if you buy a certain version of a book for a different e-reader, it won't work on the Kindle, which is kind of annoying. I personally don't do that, but that kind of stinks. My second con I could think of was that it's a no color display. It's all black and white, so no matter what you're looking at, it's just going to be black and white. If you like to read graphic novels or comics and stuff like that, I would say that reading on your phone or your iPad would probably be the best bet if you're going to be using Kindle, or I believe they also have like a comic book sort of unlimited program you can also be a part of. If you want to read those on your Kindle app, you would probably rather read it on your phone than on the actual Kindle itself, because the Kindle itself, like I literally just said, is black and white. And so the pictures, you won't be able to see everything as well. You can open them on the Kindle, but I personally feel like that's such a waste of your time reading it on your Kindle, because you can't even see the colors, like what the pictures really look like. So that's the only thing that I could think of. And then lastly, eye strain is something I could think of, that it is still a device and you are still staring at a screen. I will say that this is much better than staring at your phone all the time, because you can like change it. Like you can change like the brightness and the warmth. So you have a lot of customization when it comes to like what your Kindle looks like. Going on to our pros. First pro I thought of was this thing is so portable. It's pretty much almost the same size as a iPhone. A little bit wider, but just about the same size. So this can pretty much fit in anything your phone can kind of fit into, depending on what Kindle you get. They have like really big ones, they have small ones, all that kind of stuff. But this thing is very convenient when you don't want to bring a bunch of physical books with you. You could just bring this, and it's pretty skinny, pretty thin. You could fit it in a lot of places very easily, and that's kind of cool. Another pro is what I already talked about, the adjustable text and screen stuff. You can tap into the top and there's a little A button, and that's where you can customize all the text and stuff. You're dying. Give me 1 second. I gotta change your battery. Un momento. I'm back. I hope that's similar to what it was before. I don't really know. I wasn't really paying attention. Anyways, on to the text, like I was just saying. So basically what you can do is change all the different things about the text. You can change like the fonts, you can change if it's bold, the size of the text, the layout of the pages, and like how you want it to be aligned and all the kinds of things. And then even then you can have like the time left. There's so many things and so much stuff that you can customize about the books. It's kind of insane, but it's very cool. That's one of the biggest things for me that I really love about the Kindle. You can do the same thing on the Kindle app as well, but on the Kindle itself, it's really fun to like adjust the text and like make it exactly the text you want to read with. That's really fun. Battery life is another huge positive of this thing. Your phone can die pretty quickly or pretty slowly. I don't know. Your phone's pretty good. It can last through the day. But if you're sitting there reading for like hours on end, your phone's going to die pretty quickly. Whereas this, I can probably get through like 3 or 4 books in a month reading on here. It depends on how charged it is. Sometimes it does die really weirdly on me, but normally the battery life on these things is wild. Like right now I'm at 96% and I have been at 96% for like a week and a half now. It has a built-in dictionary that I just recently started using for things. Like there are times where there'll be like words in a book and I'm like, what does that mean? And you know, it's really cool to be able to literally click the word and then the dictionary will pop up and you can read what the word means or like what the definition of it is or whatever. Or if it's in a different language, it'll translate it for you sometimes too. That's pretty cool. I just recently learned that it could do that. That's why I'm telling you. And lastly, again, if you are buying a Kindle, I'm assuming you're probably going to get Kindle Unlimited because it's just, it's so good. It's so good. You pay about, I think, $12 to $13 a month. I'm not exactly sure how much I pay now. But yeah, I'll put it on the screen how much Kindle Unlimited is a month, like after you do certain things. They have a lot of promotions where like you can get the first 3 months Kindle Unlimited for free, and that's pretty cool. But you get access to hundreds of thousands of books on this thing. It's insane. And there are some really popular authors and some really popular books that are Kindle Unlimited. And I'm going to go through the 15 that I could think of right off the top of my head that I think you guys should check out if you are interested in getting Kindle Unlimited. If you don't want to commit to buying a Kindle, because these can be kind of expensive, I personally have the Kindle Paperwhite, I think the 2021, maybe? I don't know. I'll put it on the screen, the exact one I have, and link it down below for you guys. But this one, I think was about $100 and something. At least that's what I can remember paying. I don't really know how much it is now. But it is a bit of a chunk of change. And if you're not willing to immediately jump to buying one of these, get the Kindle app on your phone and get the subscription through Amazon. It is life-changing. There's so many books. There's so much stuff, so many things. It's crazy. Let's talk about the 15 books, series, authors that are all Kindle Unlimited that I think you guys should definitely check out. First up, this is one of the first Kindle Unlimited book series I really got into. And that, my friends, is Chestnut Springs and now also Rose Hill by Miss Elsie Silver. I love this woman with my entire life. Almost every single one of her books is up here on my favorite shelf because genuinely her books are amazing. Specifically for me, my absolute favorites from her are Heartless and probably Reckless, I think, from the Chestnut Springs series, but they're all amazing. The whole series as a whole is a 5-star. The Rose Hill series like just came out like a couple of weeks ago. We only just got to the first one, Wild Love, and it was phenomenal. I loved that book. It was so good. But highly recommend all of the books. I believe her other series as well. I forget what it's called. I'll put it on the screen. Gold Rush Ranch, maybe? Something like that. Her other series, I believe, is also Kindle Unlimited. So I think almost all of her books are Kindle Unlimited, which is really cool. I definitely need to go back and read the Gold Rush Ranch series. I've heard really good things about it, so I definitely want to go back and read that soon. Moving along, number 2 is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I believe just the first book, The Naturals, and I think the novella 12 are Kindle Unlimited. I'm not sure why the other 3 in the middle are not, but at least when I read the books, they were not Kindle Unlimited. I borrowed the books from my library on Libby and then read them on my Kindle. It's upside down. Number 3, Lucy Score books. Just in general, all of Lucy Score's books. I believe majority of them are Kindle Unlimited, or at least the ones that I've been able to find. Specifically, my recommendation for you from her is the Knock 'Em Out series. I've personally really only read the Knock 'Em Out series from her and absolutely adored it. As well as, what is it called? By a Thread. That book is also phenomenal. Number 4 is Sophie Lark books. Personally, I've read the entire Brutal Birthright series as well as the Kingmaker series, which are 2 mafia romance series that she has that were fucking phenomenal. I loved those series so much. It was just so good. I think if I reread it now, it probably wouldn't be as good. But when I read it originally, when I first started reading in the fall of 2022, I ate that up. I read all, I think, 6 books in the Brutal Birthright series in like a span of like 6 days. Genuinely read them like so fast. It was insane. Next up, we have Lauren Asher. This is another author whose books I'm going to recommend to you because all of her books are phenomenal. The entire Dreamland Billionaire series is Kindle Unlimited, as well as her new Lakefront Billionaire series is also Kindle Unlimited. There's only one book out, Love Redesigned, but there will be another one coming soon, I think kind of soon. Not like soon, but in the next couple of months maybe. I don't really remember. For that series, and that will also, as far as I know, be Kindle Unlimited, which is pretty cool. Number 6 is the Touch of Darkness series by Scarlett St. Clair. Let me just fact check myself really fast to make sure this still is. So technically this is like 2 kind of separate series. There's one that is the Hades Persephone like saga, and then there's one that is like Hades' point of view of the same books. It's very confusing. But the Touch of Darkness trilogy, originally, I read all 3. There's a 4th that just came out recently. I haven't gotten around to reading that yet. But the first 3 that I read were so good. I binged them in the matter of like 3 days. It was absolutely wild. I binged them. They were so good. Next, this is one that I really haven't read much from, but I'm still going to suggest it to you because the first one I read was phenomenal. And that is the Windsor series by, I'm assuming it's Katharina Mora. Don't quote me on it. Personally, I've only read The Wrong Bride, which is the first book in this series, but I definitely am going to try and read the other books in the series because the first one was so good. I don't remember what rating I gave it, but I remember it being really good. So that's why it's on this list. Next, we have the Entangled with Fae series by Tessonia Odette. This is the series that has, I believe, what is it called? This is a series that I personally found from Sarah Caroli. She read Heart of the Raven Prince. I started with the first book in the series, which is Curse of the Wolf King. I've read up to the 3rd book. I read the first 2. There's like 5. There's a lot of them. But it's a really good series. It's so good. It's basically fairy tale retellings, but with fae elements in it. And they're so good. They really truly are just so good. Next we have Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer. It's Behind the Net and the other one. What's it called? The Fake Out? Something like that? I don't know. Both books are Kindle Unlimited. I really liked Behind the Net. It was pretty good. It wasn't like my favorite in the entire world, but I would say it was pretty good. Pretty good. Next, Anna Huang's books are also Kindle Unlimited. Personally, I've only read the Twisted series from Anna Huang. I definitely want to go and read her like Kings of Sin series. There's like 5 books already out, which is insane, but I definitely want to go back and read a lot more from her because I really like the Twisted series. I just haven't found the time to go back and read more of her books. I don't know. Just haven't at this point. Next, we have Megan Quinn books. Megan Quinn, I think, is like a notorious Kindle Unlimited author. I think almost all of her books are Kindle Unlimited, and she has a ton of books. I've personally only read a couple of books from the Vancouver Agitators series and really liked it. I think I have like the 2nd and the 4th to read because I was a dumbass and read the 3rd one first. I think that's in my March wrap up, April TBR. I talk about how I read the 3rd book in a series before I read the first one. Don't know how I did that, but I don't know. Number 12 is the Addicted series. I believe they just recently put it on Kindle Unlimited, at least that I'd noticed. Everybody was talking about that the entire Addicted series is now on Kindle Unlimited, which is pretty cool because that's a lot of books. I think it's like 8 or 9 to purchase. It's a lot of books. I read the first one and wasn't like the hugest fan of it, but I think I might still go back and try to finish the series because I definitely have heard that the other sisters books are really good. I personally just didn't care much for Lillian Lowe in the first book, but there's that. Anyways, number 13, The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. I believe a lot of Catherine Center's books have now recently become Kindle Unlimited. Don't quote me on it, I'm pretty sure, but I've seen The Bodyguard recommended to me like 1,000 times on Kindle Unlimited for it being Kindle Unlimited. So That's pretty cool. I know that book is really, really well loved, so I might have to read that soon. Number 14 is Frida McFadden, I think that's how you say it. Her thriller books, I believe almost, if not all of them, are on Kindle Unlimited. I've said it so many times I can't even say it anymore. I've heard really good things. I definitely am trying to branch out into the thriller sphere of reading. So I might start reading some of those come maybe late summer, early fall. Get in those spooky vibes. And last but not least, in our number 15 spot, I put the Bridgerton series. Apparently, don't quote me on it, I personally really want to read the books before I watch the show. And I kind of want to watch the show. Apparently, only the first 3 are Kindle Unlimited. The others are not, I don't think. Wow, Julia Quinn has a lot of books. Okay. Anyways, so some of the Bridgerton series is Kindle Unlimited. I think maybe all of them might eventually be. I'm not really that sure. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. So, I think in the end, I would say it's definitely worth getting Kindle Unlimited. And if you're somebody who, like me, who needs to have a way to read Kindle books without being distracted every 5 seconds by your phone notifications, I would highly recommend getting a Kindle. I love this thing. It's so much fun. It's so fun to bring places. I love how, you know, customizable it is. You can like put cases on it. I have a clear case with a bunch of stickers on the back. I actually made these 3 movie ticket stickers as well as this Hot Girls Read Books and the Emotional Support Kindle. I also made those stickers, and all the other ones are ones I just printed out and cut out and put inside the container, put inside the case. I also have a pop socket, as well as I have one of those selfie stand things you can like put your Kindle in and like read, as well as one of those clicker remotes, like the little things that go on. I should probably get that, but whatever. A little thing that goes on the side, you can hit the button and click and read without having to like hit the page. I'm bougie. Okay, that's all I got. I don't really know what else to say. Without further ado, my friends, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe down below, and don't forget to turn on those post notifications so you get a notification the next time I post. Okay, see you later. Toodles! Whoa.